Hello friends, welcome to Invest India. So in this particular video, we'll be talking about a company named Tube Investments India. So Tube Investments India is a part of a big business group which is the Murugappa Group. It is a renowned business group in southern part of India and one of the biggest business houses in India. So regarding the group's history, the group was started way back in 1900 with its headquarters in Chennai, and as of today the business has grown to 28 businesses which are running, and out of them 10 businesses are listed on stock exchanges, both NSE and BSE. So this is one of the most ambitious and ethical groups in India with highest standards of corporate governance. Now starting with the business analysis of the company Tube Investments. So the company is primarily into three business segments. First is engineering, second is mobility, and third is metal formed products. So company is a leading manufacturer in wide range of precision engineered and metal formed products, which it serves to various different kind of industries like agriculture, construction, mining, railways, and agriculture. The company has two listed subsidiaries. First is CG Power and Industrial Solutions, and second one is Shanti Gears. Now we will discuss about the first business segment of the company, that is the engineering business segment. So in this segment, company has primarily two products. First is cold rolled steel strips, and second is precision steel tubes, which further has two classifications. Like precision steel tubes product has further two classifications. First one is cold drawn welded tubes, and second one is electric resistance welded tubes. So the company has consolidated its market leadership and dominant position in the precision steel tube segment. The company is further engaged into manufacturing of large diameter welded tubes, mainly for non-auto application, which acts as an import substitution product. So in this business segment, the company recorded a revenue of 3868 crores in financial year 22, up 67% from 2300 crores in financial year 21. Also, the company recorded a PBIT of 376 crores, up 50% from 250 crores in financial year 21. With its objective to enhance its capability building strategy, the company established a new tube mill at its plant in Chennai to manufacture premium tubular products with close tolerance and high tensile strength to meet the lightweight trends of automobile industry. Furthermore, to carry out its vision of becoming a global player, the company has drawn up plans to expand its global footprint by launching innovative products and solutions. The second business segment of the company is metal formed products. In this segment, company primarily manufactures four products. First is automotive chains, second is fine blank products, third is door frames, and fourth is cold rolled formed sections of passenger coaches. The key financial metrics for this business segment is the company had a revenue of 1240 crores in financial year 22, up 20% from 1039 crores in financial year 21. Also, the company had an EBIT of 136 crores in financial year 22, up 81% from 76 crores in financial year 21. Also, the company established a new assembly center at Aurangabad, which commenced its operations during the financial year to meet the growing demands of business. Also, in fine blank products division, the company followed a three-pronged strategy of customer engagement, product innovation, and capability building to enhance the business needs and meet the growing demands of the business. In door frames division, the company maintained its market share with major OEMs with an order acquisition of new passenger car models. Also, with its strategy for this segment of value-driven innovation, strong customer relationship, and a large portfolio of high potential products, the metal formed products business segment is moving ahead with exploring new frontiers in emerging segments and advanced technologies. The third business segment of the company is mobility business segment. In this segment, company recorded a revenue of 963 crores in financial year 22, up 14% from 847 crores in financial year 21. Also, the PBIT of the company for financial year 22 was at 55 crores, up 25% from 44 crores in financial year 21. Also, the company is a leading manufacturer of bicycles in India, with having a numerous brands like Hercules, Rodeo and Montreal. The bicycles industry in India was impacted in financial year 22 due to various reasons like lockdown, which disrupted the operations, surging raw material prices, inflationary pressures and low rural offtake, which led to degrowth of overall industry of nearly 14%. So the industry actually degrew by 14% in financial year 22 as compared to financial year 21. Moreover, the industry was further impacted by low cost imported bicycles in the unorganized sector, which deteriorated the EBITDA margins of established brands. Keeping up with growing trends, company launched electric bicycles in the niche segment during the year. Also, in the export market, in the electric bicycles division, company explored opportunities in two products. First is push scooters and second one is cargo bicycles. So this completes our analysis of three main business segments of the company. Now we'll discuss about a new segment that the company is entering, that is the electric vehicles business. So to enter into this new business, the company has set up a wholly owned subsidiary, namely TI Clean Mobility Private Limited. This subsidiary will focus on high-end value spectrum of electric vehicles, that will be the commercial vehicles. So in commercial vehicles, company will be entering basically two products. First is electric three-wheelers and second one is electric tractors. Also, as this is an entirely new segment that the company is entering, company has set up a strong R&D team of design specialists and domain experts so as to fulfill its vision of building a superior technology platform with a 360-degree digital capability. Moreover, the electric three-wheelers of the company will be launched under the brand name Gondra Electric, whereas the electric tractors will be launched under the brand name Celestial Agati. Also, the government has been quite supportive to the companies who are venturing into the electric vehicles business by the way of incentives and subsidies. Also, in recent budget 2022, government introduced a battery swapping policy which has been quite beneficial to the electric vehicle manufacturers. Now we will discuss about the future expansion plans of the company. So the company recently commissioned a new tube mill with advanced process technology at a new greenfield plant in Chennai for industrial chains business segment. Also, the company augmented the capacity of two of its plants. First is auto chain facility at Aurangabad and second is CDW plant at Rajpura. Moreover, as earlier mentioned, that a company will be entering into electric vehicles business segment with the launch of two commercial vehicles. First, electric three-wheelers and second, electric tractors. So the company has drawn up plans to launch both these types of commercial vehicles in the current financial year, that is the financial year 23. For this purpose, the company has acquired two startups. First one is Celestial E-Mobility Private Limited, which is a manufacturer of electric tractors. Also, the company has acquired one more startup named Aerios Trivilios. This is a startup which is engaged in development of micro gas turbine technology for power generators and automotive application using alternative fuels. Furthermore, the government has introduced supportive policies for EV business such as battery swapping policy, FAME 2 and PLI schemes, which will enable faster adoption of electric vehicles and will open up a lot of new business opportunities. In the industrial chains business segment, a new greenfield plant with advanced process technology for manufacturing of leaf chains is being established at a place near Tirutani. Finally, the company has decided to foray into newer businesses like medical devices and electronics in the near future. Now we will do the valuation analysis of the company. So the company is trading at a price to earning valuation of 55, which seems to be highly priced. as a 5-year historical price to earning ratio of the company is at around 35 to 40. Therefore, an investor who wants to invest in this company should do a valuation analysis before investing in this company. That was our complete analysis of company Tube Investments. Do let us know if you want us to do fundamental analysis of any other company. We'll surely make a video on that. Thank you so much for watching.